Well, hello. All right, so today I'm going to read from school again. There's a big surprise. And we're going to do chapter 25, and it's from Zach Powers' perspective. And I did something a little different today for what you could focus on. You may want to go get a paper and some colored pens. They don't have to be colored pens. If you want to do blue or pencil or something, that's fine too. I would pause the video if I were you and go get that, your reader's journal or paper and something to write with. And what I would recommend is throughout this I've been talking about different devices that we can use to read more closely. And we've talked about sensory details, looking for when the author does something to help us visualize by including something we can see, smell, taste, hear, or touch. Right? They use language, adjectives to describe something for us. When we read between the lines, we make a strong inference. What is it that the author puts there that we understand that there's another message, right? That's whispered. Voice or tone, when the author does something so that you can hear like the sarcasm of a character's voice, or you can hear the excitement, those kinds of things. And then finally, what's the author's message? What are they trying to teach us? What are they trying to get us to understand? As I read today, you might want to jot in categories like this. When you hear a sensory detail, write down the example, and then what did it make you feel, see, think, whatever. Inference, if there was a piece that you read between the lines, what did you infer? What did you realize using your background knowledge? Voice, an example where the author used voice. And then again, what did it help you understand or realize? And then the author's message. What gave you an idea about what the author was trying to teach you? So we're going to look at Zach Powers today. And I would love for you to jot as I read. First things first. I didn't believe it for a heartbeat. The rumors were beyond nuts. Cap's in the hospital. He's in the morgue. He's in a persistent vegetative state. He's suffering from amnesia. He's upside down in a fish tank. I'd lost all respect for the intelligence level at this place. They should raffle off the Brooklyn Bridge at the next PTA fundraiser. I couldn't explain where Cap was, and frankly, I didn't care. Not only was my year in ruins, but my name was mud at Sea Average. Me, Zach Powers, and it was all thanks to the case of the disappearing hairball. People were nuts on the subject. I didn't think I'd heard a single conversation on any other topic. Teachers were complaining that their students were focused on nothing else. I figured most of the kids were just bummed that the dance had been canceled. Nope. People were genuinely worried about the hippie. What's the big deal? I said for the umpteenth time. So he slipped back through the same time warp he dropped out of in the first place. Naomi cut me dead with a flamethrower glare. You never liked him. You tried to make a fool of him. It was scary how much that girl hated me now. I used to think she was kind of hot for me. Maybe I misread the signs. Yeah, I admitted. So did you. So did the whole 8th grade. But then some of us saw the kind of person Cap was, Lena put in. Some of us appreciated how he devoted his heart and soul to the school. Heart and soul? I exploded. He held a funeral for a bird. He danced on the front lawn. He played senior citizen music, the Beatles, and that other grandpa Garfunkel, or whatever his name is. Garfunkel, Naomi corrected icily. Simon and Garfunkel. Listen, Lena told me, Cap gave his life. He didn't. But I was fighting a losing battle. If Lena believed it, it might as well have been the lead story on CNN. Cap put his all into Sea Average, and for that, he was struck down. If he wasn't dead, he was seriously messed up. Just because you can't find someone doesn't mean he's at death's door, I argued with at least 20 people. I can't tell you exactly where Tom Cruise is either. That doesn't make him a corpse. Talk to the wall. 1,100 kids were absolutely convinced that the 8th grade president had come to tragedy. And it was all thanks to the football team, Daryl Pennifield, and me. I couldn't take 3 steps in the hall without getting a dirty look from somebody. Even 6th graders felt they had the right to scowl in my direction. Every time I came back to my locker, there was a fresh insult scratched into the paint. Jerk, dope, or something else with the same number of letters. Has everybody gone off the deep end? I complained to Hugh in the cafeteria. When the Garretts redid their kitchen, nobody saw Alice for like 3 weeks. Not one person thought she was dead. Yeah, but the whole school didn't watch Alice Garrett being loaded into an ambulance, he pointed out. And the biggest party of the year wasn't canceled right after that. I scowled at him. Don't tell me you're about to join the chorus of mourners for our dear departed Sasquatch. Of course not, he told me. I think it's a load of hooey, but I can't say I'm surprised. If this school was full of geniuses, I'd have a lot more company on the chess team. It was the ultimate barometer of my plummeting status. The only person willing to eat lunch with me was Hugh. If I could track Cat down using hippie LoJack, I wouldn't know whether to haul him back or hide out with him. Part of me just wanted to disappear. Hey, what's that? Suddenly, Hugh reached over and began rifling through my hair. I slapped his arm away. Cut it out, man! Look! He plucked a small object from behind my ear and held it up in front of me. A pea-sized blob of soggy white paper. A spitball. I examined it, unbelieving. That's impossible! He was disgusted. Spitballs can travel both ways, you know. You don't have a force field around you. I stared at him, the target of more of my spitballs than everybody else put together. I suppose you're waiting for an apology. I'm just enjoying my front row seat at Payback Fest, he sneered. Hey, you bring a lot of it on yourself, I accused. It's my fault I get picked on? From the first day of kindergarten, everything about you screamed dweeb. Your clothes, your hobbies, your vocabulary. He scowled. And you're perfect? I told the truth. My whole life, it's always been obvious what sports to play, what bands to listen to, what people to hang out with. It's as if I was born with a natural guidance system inside my head, showing me how to be cool. My brow clouded. But Cap Anderson doesn't come with a book of instructions. Instead of gloating, he actually seemed to understand. For Hugh Winkleman, the whole planet didn't come with a book of instructions. He said, too bad you can't just start liking him. If he had smacked me with a brick, I couldn't have been any more stunned. How could I have missed something so obvious? Hugh, that's it, I exclaimed. If we can't stop this hippie bandwagon, we'll have to find a way to jump on. Isn't it a little too late for that? He challenged. Cat may not be dead, but he's definitely gone. We might be able to work that to our advantage. Come on. I strode out of the lunchroom and across the hall to the library. He wolfed down what was left of his sandwich and followed. I logged onto a computer, pounded the keyboard for a few moments, and swiveled the screen toward him. His eyes widened as he read. A tribute to Cap Anderson. Pay your respects to the best 8th grade president ever, Saturday, 7 p.m. The time of the Halloween dance he never got to give us in the parking lot. Do not show to any teachers. He tried to say something and began to choke on a mouthful of peanut butter and jelly. I pounded him on the back, cackling with glee. Zach Powers was down, but not out. Load the paper tray. We've got a lot of printing to do. So I wonder how that's going to work out for them. I hope you had a moment to jot and think about all the different devices that the author was using to keep us engaged in the reading and to help us think about our own background knowledge and how to apply it to this situation. All right, look forward to our discussions later. Take care. Bye.